Crack on. Yeah. All right, so we'll start standing up. Let's warm up the whole body. Let's start nice and gently with the neck. So shut the shoulders and drop the shoulders, relax the shoulders. Let's start with the head roll. So let's think about one roll, but really slowly in each direction. So really dropping the head to one side, so the ear towards the shoulder, just so we get straight away into the habit of seeing what we can feel in the side of the neck. Slowly tipping down towards the chest. See how the sensations shift around. And then towards the back of the neck, as we have the chin towards the chest. Slowly across the chest. Making our way across to the other shoulder. Still keeping the shoulders down, the jaw soft. We don't need to go all the way back when we start to lean the head back. It's just to check in with how all the muscles around the neck feel. Slowly coming back to the starting point. And we'll take it once in the other direction. So when you're ready, let's take it nice and slowly. We're only taking one in this direction. Let's just be aware that in so much of the day, we're moving, relentlessly moving, thinking, acting, and very little of that time are we actually moving and thinking, actually, how does my body feel about this? Am I ready to stretch there, bend down? Am I doing something repetitively? How's that impacting my body? So I want you to just use this head roll, yes, to check in with the neck and just mobilize, but just to start a habit of tuning into the body and seeing how it feels, so then you can respond. Let's slowly lift the head. Let's now think about opening the chest. So soft knees, feet under the hips. We're going to open the arms out wide, like scissoring wide. One set of fingertips up to the ceiling, the other 10 fingertips to the floor, and stretch wide. So we'll start to feel the stretch in the side of the body, start to feel spaces appearing in between the intercostals, and then we can drop the gaze down towards the floor and stretch. Pause. Engage your core and slowly switch. We'll take the arms to the other way. Drop the shoulders, peeling the arms apart. One set of fingertips up to the ceiling, the other to the floor. And when you're ready, drop the gaze. So we're still working with the neck. We're just working now into the shoulders. But by reaching into the top fingertips, the lower fingertips, we're getting the full chain stretch. So maybe not just the muscles, we might be able to start to influence the fascia. Again, one more pause here. To stretch, create space along the side of the body. Engage the core. And then come on up, just shrug out the shoulders. Let's move a little bit further down the waist, legs wide, palms facing upwards, arms out to the sides. Let's see if we can reach, keeping the arms parallel to the floor, all the way over to the right, and then all the way over to the left. So it's as if the rib cage is floating side to side. Back again to the right, and we'll stay here. Now drop the head towards the shoulder, and we're taking this opposite hand all the way up and over the body. Now press the feet into the floor, squeeze your glutes, get that reach right into the fingertips. Find that tone in your abdomen to open the arms back up and slowly lift the head. Now we stretch across the side wall over on the left, over to the right. I hope this works that you're mirroring me. Back over to the left, and then we'll pause here. Pause, drop the head, do that nice level of stretch over the side of the neck, over the shoulder. Engage your core, press into the floor, and then let's reach all the way up and over. If you feel like it, you might strengthen the neck muscles by looking up at the ceiling between or in front of your armpits. Engage your core, reopen, and then come back up. Shrug out the shoulders. Down to the hips, hands on the hips, like you're standing in a barrel, hula hoop. Let's take those hips all the way around. Nice slow circle again, thinking, what can I feel around the hips? Is it too much on the inner thigh? Aiming for straight legs, but if that's tricky, don't worry. We just want to feel we're engaging, checking in with the muscles all around the tops of both legs. Once more in this direction. And when you're ready, let's switch sides. Just got knees and ankles to go, limbering up. All right, if balance isn't so good today, maybe a finger on the wall will help. Let's place the weight into the left foot and see if we can hold the right thigh. And imagine your shin is drawing a cone shape. See if you can waggle a circle, leading with a nice soft ankle. Just a few times in one direction. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, find something to help stabilize if you're a little bit unsteady. And then we can take it the other way. So it's very tempting to waggle the whole leg. Let's see if we can isolate the movement to the shin, just so that we get a little bit of work into the stabilizers of the knee. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. While the leg's lifted, let's go ahead to the ankle. Let's circle any direction for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we can shake out the whole of that hip like a kind of can. Shaky, shake it out, and let's go to the other side. So plant your foot, hold the thigh, maybe hold the wall or a chair, and let's think about that cone shape with the shin. So it can take a little bit of concentration, but you know, that's I suppose the mind control side of the yoga. We have to focus, steady the mind, and let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's find what it feels like to go in the other direction. Maybe you're just thinking this is very tiring on the ankle I'm standing on. But let's go for 5, 4, balance, 3, 2, 1, and then take it down to the ankle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Shake out the hip, knee, ankle, let it all go. Last bit of warm up. Let's think about that kind of Cossack stretch in the thigh. Take the legs out wide. If I place the weight into the left foot and lift those right toes and lean, I'll get a really good stretch for those adductors. Let's take it side to side just a couple of times. Limbering up for our warriors. Right away, let's start and think about breathing in, center, breathing out into our stretch, into the position. If you're a bit more flexible, you might take your hands to the floor. And then last of all, we'll take a little goddess pose, arms overhead. So not too wide with the feet, to turn out. Let's take a deep breath in, stretching all the way overhead. When the hands meet, place them in prayer. Press actively together, so we're engaging the arm muscles. And now feel as if your spine, you're sliding down a wall. So keep the head back, bottom tucked, as you press the hands together, knees opening out to the side walls, and we squat down. Only come to a level where you're comfortable, then pressing into the floor to rise up. Deep breath in. Hands meet, press actively together. So you can feel your shoulder blades come together, shoulders nicely down, pressing actively, fingertips, knuckles, heels of the hands. We want to try to feel an openness across the chest. Maybe even the thumbs can come to the sternum and pressing in. It just gives you that sense of lifting the heart up to the ceiling. Bottoms tucked so the tailbone points down to the floor. Nice deep breath in. Last 2 of these. Breathing out, shoulders down. Lower 2 ribs together. That just engages those internal, external obliques. Navel back to the spine. Press. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Nice long spine. Last time. Deep breath in. And breathing out. Strong arms, strong fingertips. All the way down. Long spine, long neck. All right, let's have a swing around the waist and let me talk you through. So I thought we will try to power through all of the warriors. Let's see how we get on. We're going to start by stepping your right foot forwards and the left toes are slightly turned out. Hips are square to the front. So I'm going to get you to practice that. Let's step forward, so weight into the front foot, and then step back, and we take that position on the other side. Checking in, hips are still square to the front. Front knee bent, back leg straight. Do it again each side. Slowly tip forwards, the weight comes into the front foot to switch and step back. Check that the hips aren't opening following that back foot. Square to the front, shoulders down. Last time switching, peel the back foot off and then place the foot down, toe, ball of the foot, and then the heel. So if we start to think like about how we arrive on the floor and how we leave the floor, it will just give us a little bit of space and time to strengthen. Now, let's stay on this side. So your left knee forwards, that back leg, bottom slightly tucking. We're feeling a hip flexor stretch here. And if you're ready, let's lift the arms overhead. Nice deep breath in, stretching into the fingertips, but shoulders down. We're in warrior one. So for this warrior one, stay on the same first side. All of our benefits are having that awareness of the torso being square to the front. When we tuck the bottom under, so we're avoiding that lordotic sort of curve, we're then getting that hip flexor stretch. We have to work on engaging and pressing down through four corners of both feet so we have that stable foundation. Shoulder blades like they're slotting into nice deep pockets at the back. There's a sense of upward force energy through the fingertips and then downward force through the feet. Pause. We're going to switch to the other side. So maybe the hands come to the front thigh. We tip forwards. Remember peeling the back foot off. So we're really mindfully moving, transitioning to the other side. Placing toe, ball of the foot, heel, stabilize. That posterior pelvic tilt. So get the hip flexor stretch now on the other leg. Back leg straight, front knee bent, ideally over the ankle. Check that your hips are square to the front. And this whole area here, square to the front. When you're ready, let's lift the arms. Shoulders back and down. Now, strong through to the fingertips. Use the lats to draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Bottoms tucking, so I'm getting the hip flexor stretch here. Squeezing the glutes. Feet pressing into the floor. Now think about your abdominal strength here coming from drawing those, quieting down those front ribs and zipping everything up here. Tailbone down towards the floor. Strong through to the fingertips. See if you can engage the whole body. So that means pressing the feet into the floor, actively stretching up, but guiding the shoulders down. Getting that armory corset pulled in around your waist. There. Fabulous warrior one. At any point with the warrior one, hands can come to the hips. Let's come out of this mindfully. We're going to move on to warrior two. Slowly, weight comes forwards into the front foot, and lightly we can step to the front. Shake out the hips. Warrior two, we do open the hips out to the side. So just have a look. I'm going to step back with this foot, and there's a 90-degree angle here. So if I shuffle around, the front heel is in line with the back arch. So let's find that strong position with the hips now opening to the side. Let's work on the switch without the arms. So first of all, weight coming into that front foot, peel the back foot off, and then let's step back, take it to the other side. Maybe lower the toes, heel in and place. See the hips now in more open position. Let's keep going. Slowly tip the weight forwards, step to the front, take it back and open. So you immediately see that back shoulder starts to disappear out of view. Once more, it's out, tipping onto the front foot and stepping back. Again, bottom tucked. So we've got a really long spine and head perfectly over the ribs, perfectly over the pelvis. All right, let's add on the arms. So let's step back, find that kind of 90-degree angle, heel to arch connection, and then let's open the arms out wide. So your front arm is over your front thigh. You turn it to the side. Arms are parallel to the floor. Now take a moment to glance at your back arm. Sometimes we think that this is level with the front, but it's usually a little bit lower. So shoulders back and down, arms parallel. This time energy still through the fingertips, but to the front and back wall. Bottom tucked. Checkpoints for your warrior two. is that your front knee doesn't start to collapse down. So using the strength of the inner thighs, so opening up the pelvis now, stretching into the fingertips, and then we're going to get ready to switch. You can always place your hands on the front thigh to slowly transfer the weight. Step back, toe, ball of the foot, heel, and open to warrior two. And pause. And turn around facing. So, heel two, arch connection, warrior two. Knee over the ankle, bottom tucked. Stretch wide. Next checkpoint, let's see if we can make the gaze follow the middle finger of your front hand. Shoulders are down, quieten down those ribs. If you've done gymnastics, it's very tempting to get this nice gymnast's arch, but no, here, tailbone tucked, ribs together. Strong from the middle finger of the front hand to the middle finger of the back hand. Grab the floor with the feet. So we're going to take it once more each side just to practice that transition. We peel the back heel off, maybe hold the thigh, step forwards, and then step back with the other foot. Heel to arch connection. Check the alignment of the feet, and then let's open the arms. Shoulders down, bottom tucked, arms level. So squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then see if that makes you want to flare your ribs, because that's generally what happens. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, but then find some tone in these upper abdominals as well. That's where we get the strength around the whole of the body. Shoulders are nicely down, stretching into the fingers, bottom tucked, feet grabbing the floor. So really active through the legs and avoiding this front knee collapsing. Ready for the last time, and we're moving on to the next warrior. Slowly start to transition the weight into the front foot. Let's step it back, toe, balls of the foot, and the heel of the foot, and let's open. So avoiding arching, tuck, and stretch. Front knee forwards, directly under your fingertips. Arms parallel to the floor, and we're looking forward at the front middle finger. You have your warrior two. Grip the floor, use that leg strength to press into the floor whilst the body reaches forwards and backwards. Chin slightly tucked into the neck so that we're not shortening the back of the neck. Think about puppet string up through the crown of the head. We're done with warrior two. Let's lightly step to the front. Most of the other warriors I want to go through come via warrior one. So that's the hip square to the front one. Let's step back, place the foot, hips are square. Now, humble warrior. We're going to fold just shy of this front knee. So let's first of all have a go at this with the hands wherever you feel stable. Take a breath in to prepare. Breathe out and start to lower yourself just to the inside of the knee or wherever you get to with a flat back. And then press into the floor to come up. If you feel steady there, we'll come from warrior one arms. They'll sweep all the way to the sides and open behind. Have a go. Deep breath in, bottoms tucked. So we're getting a hip flexor stretch, starting to fold, long spine. Grip through the toes, really strong foundation. Long line from the base of the spine to the crown of the head, and we bow. Here's our humble warrior. When you get more confident, your head may come all the way to the floor, but let's just get confident coming in and out of these movements. Once more on this side, and then we'll take the humble warrior on the other leg. Take a deep breath in, bottom touch, strong through your core, strong to the fingertips, and then start to fold. Still long line in the neck. So if I've got space for a fleshy peach when I'm standing up, there's still space for that fleshy peach without dropping it, without squishing it when I fold. Arms, like airplane arms, opening up behind you so you're peeling the shoulders away from the floor. And then come on up. Let's switch to the other leg. Do it mindfully. Let's see if we can slowly transition that weight into the front foot and switch. We'll only do this once, humble on the other side. We'll just repeat from the position. Hip square to the front, bottom tucked. Are you stretching your hip flexors? Let's find warrior one arms just to remind ourselves. Front knees over the ankle and breathe. So engage through the feet into the floor, reaching up into the ceiling with the fingertips. Take a breath and then hands to the hips, and let's start to hinge from the hips into a fold. Long spine, coming just inside the front knee. Check out how it feels here on the back of the leg. How much you need to engage your core to slowly lift back up. Only if you feel secure, we can take the arms into the equation. Deep breath in, here, the breath out. Slowly, transitions as important as the end point. So if you can feel, own, be strong through every bit of this transition, doesn't matter how far you fold. Airplane arms, peel those shoulders away from the floor. Strong back muscles, using your core to come up. One more on this side. Deep breath in. And breath out. We just got Peaceful Warrior to go. And Warrior 3. Have I practiced too much? It's all fine. Amazing. So if we come up, let's think about carefully transitioning and shaking out the legs before we go on to a Peaceful Warrior. Peaceful Warrior, we can think of as being like Warrior 1, which we started. Warrior 1 led into our Humble Warrior. But ideally with the back heel lifted. So I'll take from the side. If I now step back with what's been our first foot and keep the heel lifted. So I step back, hips are square to the front, so pretty much looks like a Warrior 1. Here, hands are going to come together and we'll lean back and we'll find an arch in the spine. Then maybe we deepen the bend in the knee. So much more about a spine and hip extension. So let's see if we can come to this position. So if you're not already there, step back with the front foot. And let's first of all make sure we feel stable with the back heel lifted, hips square to the front. And from here, maybe we can lift the upper body. Already much deeper hip flexion, flexor stretch here. If you feel confident, let's take the arms overhead. If the hands meet in prayer, great. If the elbows need to bend, great. All fine. But start to tuck your bottom under. What we want to avoid is just letting it go and overarching the back. Let's find that tone in the abdominal area. Long breaths in and out of the nose. Remember, hands can always stay on the hips. Let's train the tailbone down to the floor. So the emphasis on the hip flexor stretch. And you can start to visualize that crescent shape that the body is forming. We only add on arms if you feel secure. Nice deep breaths. As we practiced at the beginning, if you can, press the hands together so we're really activating those arm muscles. Nice deep breaths. You're nearly done. We're only going to do this on the other side once. Slowly lower the hands. Stabilize yourself and lightly step to the front. How are we doing? Shake out the legs. Once more on the other side. You're doing well. Step back, stabilize. Don't worry if the heel has to come back down at the back. We're working towards the heel being lifted. Start to lift the upper body. Feel what's happening in the front of this thigh, maybe down into the quads. Bottom tucked. Nice deep breath. And when you're ready, hands can come together and start to think about forming a crescent shape. So work in progress, we all are throughout everything we do. So don't try to think about the end point. Just feel, imagine my hands on your front shin. So drive a bit of energy through that front leg. Cement yourself down through the feet and take a big stretch. If you arch, fine, lovely. If you don't, fine. Let's try to avoid the front knee caving in. Front knee, front toes pointing forward. And we're going to come out. Hands to front thigh. Gently step forward and let's shake out. I'm going to leave Warrior 3 to another day. It's time to come down to the mat. You can take a roll down through the spine and let's meet on the floor. Just lower the camera. All right. So find your way to the floor. Let's have the legs out. Give the legs a good shake. We're going to hug the knees into the chest, fire up the core a little bit. So when you're ready, line your back. A nice hug, rock on the spine. This should feel really nice after stretching those hip flexors, just as a counter hugging the knees tightly in should feel rather nice. Okay, hold the head in the hands, create a hammock, support for the head, so the head's weight can be taken by the hands and the arms. So you're held. Now, tuck the bottom under so you're imprinting, pressing out that gap in the lower back. No gap there. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, you may lift your legs to tabletop, but no gap appears here. And then return, knees in. A breath in, breathe out, start to take the knees away from you, but you stop if a gap appears. So let's go. Let's find where your level is. For those who are a bit more experienced, you may take the arms overhead and we come to a full hollow into a crunch. Otherwise, for most of us, let's support the head, keep the shoulders relaxed, and focus on zipping up, the pubic bone up to the ribs. So we want to keep this area really short, tight, like you're trying to zip up tight jeans. Then let's go for 6, 5. Really press the lower spine into the floor. I don't know, am I on 4? And 3. And it's always nice to know when you're on the last 2. You can maybe push the boat out a little bit, but without compromising the contact between the spine and the floor. Let's go for 1 more. And stretch. Hug the knees in. The next round is thinking about the obliques. So we'll reach the side ankle, and then I'll talk you through. So take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, let's curl up and reach both arms towards one ankle. Stretch out the other leg and really press into that outer leg. Squeeze until you can feel your obliques switching on. For 10, 9, 8, 7, really press the legs into the hands into the legs. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it to the other side. A breath in to prepare. Breathe out. Like you're skiing the arms to one side. Press into the outer thigh, outer shin. If you can, extend the other leg. It's the pressure of the arm against the outer leg which will really fire up those obliques. So isometrically strengthening. Press for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hug the knees into the chest. Brilliant. Take a full body stretch, arms overhead, hold the hands, flex the feet and point the toes, circle the ankles each direction. And then let's lower the arms. Right leg up to the ceiling, hold the back of the leg wherever it feels nice. You can bend the left knee and give the back of the leg a good squeeze. If you're a bit more flexible, maybe you start to walk your hands up the leg. If you can, hold the big toe, but otherwise we just want to hold on and get a good squeeze massage into the back of the leg. Nice deep breaths, a nice level of stretch to the back of the leg, no overdoing it. Big rub for the hamstrings, maybe into the glutes. And then let's switch legs. Extend the leg. Give a squeeze to the calf muscle, the hamstrings. Nice deep breaths. Let's get oxygen pumped around the body. Amazing. And then both knees into the chest. We'll finish with a happy baby. Let's separate the knees. Elbows on the insides of the knees. Take hold around the toes. And see if you can open the ankles as wide as the knees. Gently rocking side to side. So massaging the back. And let's just let the head naturally roll side to side without any force. Good to end any practice with a kind of sense of spilling, softening, relaxation. So you're kind of floating from side to side. The head lolling to one side just because it's drawn to the side by the body weight. And then if you hold behind the knees, or rock along the spine until you're ready to come up to sitting. And just take a moment to cross legs. And let's take a deep breath in together, big stretch. And breathe out, lowering the hands to the heart. Just bow the head. And namaste, that's your 30 minutes. Hopefully feeling a little bit more awake. My hair bubble's falling out.